Okay, it's Dave here from Amplify, and I'm talking to Arthur Stulien. There's a name. You might not know him. They know him in Norway because he was on The Voice over there, so they know who he is. Maybe you can check him out. Arthur, how are you?
I'm doing good, Dave. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm getting older, and as I get older, I deal with all, as you see, grandchildren and shit like that. Did you always want to be an artist? Was that first of all? Where are you? Where's Christian Sand or whatever?
So, Kristiansand, that's south of Norway, like the capital of the south over here. So, I'm over here right now. I think it's around 4 p.m. maybe in Australia, if I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah,
mistaken.
yeah. It's 8
Over here,
a.m.
it's yeah 8 a.m. here in Norway. So, and when you're working as an artist, I mean, you have to be ready for some late nights. So it's a very early morning
Well,
interview
but
for me.
I've been there. So I haven't been to Christian Sand, but I've been to Norway. I've been to Finland. I've been to all those places, and 8 a.m. In the middle of July is no different to 2 a.m. basically. It's just as light as 2 a.m. as
No.
it is at 8 a.m. So that's something that, you know, in another interview we should talk about some of the personal stuff and, getting used to months of darkness and months of light and all this sort of stuff must be an enormous thing. Plus also the alcohol is so expensive. They used to take that Germany ferry, the German ferry from Germany over
Yeah,
to Stockholm, was it? And it used to have
it's
cheap
Oslo.
Oslo. It used to have cheap alcohol,
Yeah.
and everyone would be plastered in
Yeah.
the morning, coming back, lying across. This is the mid '80s, so it's probably changed since then. But everyone was off their faces, and I remember. I know we're going to talk about you in a second, but I remember doing the we were doing the youth hosteling and, all the youth hostels, hash parties and it's just madness, a mad time. So I liked up north. Up north was beautiful, and they've
Yeah,
probably got the best
it's
living conditions in the world when you look at, what they get for healthcare and, looking after people, but it's expensive.
it is expensive, and I think one of the things people, when they start talking about Norway, one of the first topics they want to talk about, if I meet people from that's not from Norway, they want to talk about the taxes over here, and yeah, we do pay a lot of taxes, but we do get the free healthcare
Yeah,
and free school. So,
yeah,
but yeah, as you were like that's the like stereotypical Norwegian wanting to go down to Germany, or down here in the south of Norway, we very often go to Denmark, which is also,
yeah,
or used
yeah,
to be, a
yeah,
lot
yeah.
cheaper. So
The
yeah,
police,
we know our ways around.
the police don't work as hard over there as well. There's not as much serious crime and all that. There's white collar crime, but there's not as much violent crime generally. You have a share of it,
No,
but
no,
much safer
yeah,
place. I always thought
it's,
anyway. So, did you always want to be an
yeah.
artist?
No, I didn't. Like I had, I did start going to like guitar lessons when I was very young, around 6 years or something. But after I think 4 or 5 years, I grew tired of it. I didn't like it at all. I don't know what it was. It was just no, it wasn't for me. And then around the age of, I guess around 13, maybe, um, there was this guy from close like city nearby, who moved to. He was doing like his guitar. He was becoming a guitar tutor in my hometown, and he was like, at that time he was deemed as one of the best guitarists in Norway. And I was like, all right, maybe I'll try one more time. And he really like made me fall in love with music again. And after a year or two with him, after that it's been like the music thing. So from the age of 14, 15, maybe, then I
Got
started thinking
going.
about this,
So,
how
so,
fun it would be to be an artist.
so how long before did you have any much success at all before The Voice and getting discovered?
I did actually this March. I had a 10-year anniversary. So I have been doing music for a while longer than just the last couple of years after
Sure.
The Voice. But it's I've been working as an independent artist, and I think when you're in this, first of all, when you're in this business, is obviously a struggle at times, and
That's a huge struggle.
maybe and with the country genre, I think here in Norway they're very fond of a lot of American artists, country artists, but the country doesn't really produce a lot of the English singing country music over here. It's more of I call it basically a parody of country music, what they do here, which is like Norwegian country music, but it's not the same. They try to do more humoristic lyrics and stuff like that, and it doesn't really sound like the the country music I want to do. So what that means is that there are basically no record labels in Norway that want to go for it with
that are motivated.
English singing.
But
yeah,
have you been across the States yet?
yeah, I've been to Nashville once or twice every year for the last,
Thought of moving there?
I don't know, 6 years. I have thought about it, yeah. And actually, I have a cousin of mine right now who she's trying to work out the stuff with the embassy so that I get a dual citizenship, because my mom's American, so I may have a way in there. So yeah, I am considering it, but for the time being, I'm residing in Norway.
Oh well, that's the challenge in music, or the challenge in anything in the TikTok era, is to get people's attention, because everyone's flicking
Yeah.
around shorts, and people have created podcasts from fluff, and OnlyFans and all sorts of stuff is just fluff. And so if you've got something, if it doesn't titillate them or immediately grab them, so that's where the voice comes in, I suppose, because if you can embed yourself in some sort of a way, forget about your values. You can drive a bit later. Just get seen first, and then you can introduce your values later. So that's cool. Okay. So it's been 10 years, you were saying. I also saw, was it last year, 25 European Country Single of the Year? Was that 25 or 24?
In 2020.
2020.
So that was before The Voice. Yeah.
Wow. Well, then,
So
and you don't get European Country Single of the Year, and you don't get any interest from like the American labels or anything like that to sort of say we can get this thing cheap.
I did, like, when I went over to Nashville after that award, like it did spark some interest from a couple of labels, but I think my gut said that those were labels that were
you've got to go strong, because if you don't go strong, they own you. So you've got to go. You're better off going back there when you're strong and negotiate something that's in your favor, rather than give away the crown jewels. How would you describe your sound?
I would, like, if I'm comparing to the like top country artists of that's around now, I would probably put me somewhere in between Luke Combs, Cody Johnson, and maybe Morgan Wallen / Post Malone. I've been like, I am very fond of the traditional country music, which is probably where the Cody Johnson comes in. But also I feel like you have to be able to follow where the modern sound is going. So that's maybe why Luke Combs and Post Malone, Morgan Wallen's in there. So I really enjoyed Post Malone's album that came out a couple of years ago.
Great album.
I think he put some respect into it compared to Beyonce, who
he's a star. And he looks the part too. He sort of looks like
absolutely
someone that you'd want to follow. Have you had
A
enough
bit
heart?
more tattoos than me,
You
but
need more
yeah.
face tattoos, something get fuck across the top here or something or other. Establish yourself, a bit unique.
Viking cowboy in a forehead.
Perfect, perfect. Have you? Well, when you think about that, there's a lot of bloody artists, heavy artists around the world that have, covered in stuff, and see her turned around and you couldn't see her for years and years. So there's a whole range of different ways to get out there. Have you had enough heart attacks? Lost enough partners, to have a country career, like to write all the music?
I mean, I'd say so. That's why I do what I
That's all.
do.
That's all that matters. Just so long as you think so, that's cool. All right. So your latest, it's not your latest single. Your focus single was Tennessee on this album that's just come out, Hard on the Run. Why don't you tell us a bit about Hard on the Run and if you wanted me to listen to it, the feature tracks you'd want me to listen to, and where it came from and how it came about.
Yeah, so it is the kind of the follow up album to what happened on The Voice, and it's been probably taken a bit more time than I thought it would be, but when we sat down and started picking the songs we wanted to have on this record, we wanted it to be right, not just 10 songs,
Yeah.
in a row. Oh, well, let's record this one.
Well, it's important after that exposure. It's important that if you're going to get people looking and following on, you've got this bizarre, this big voice performance process.
Yeah,
Glitz and glamour, and they're expecting something from that when they come and listen to the music. So if it's just a normal album, they drop off like flies. So yeah, I can understand that.
yeah. So we wanted to kind of be a bit edgy, but also be respectful to the genre, and I think we've managed that. So the songs are like songs I've been. A couple of the songs actually are pretty from pretty way back. I think the oldest one I think I may have started writing back in 2019. So we've tried to pick out the songs, in a sense to how good it would fit in on the album, and yeah, the feature single Tennessee is also turned out to be a duet with a good friend of mine, who was actually also he actually won The Voice in 2021. He has a bit of a trickier name in Norwegian though. It's Erland. But yeah, so we've been friends for about 4 years now, and he actually recorded his vocals very, very late on. But me and my producer were like, I mean, that voice would be so great on that song, and
Absolutely.
he was very open to
and
it.
the recognition.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that turned out to be one of my favorite songs, and that's why we wanted to feature it on the album release. So, but I'm proud of every song on the album, and obviously the guy who put us in contact, set up this meeting, Magnus Murphy. He also got to participate on a couple of songs. One of my two favorite up tempo songs. The one song called "Down to Honolulu," which we wrote after I had another broken heart. We wrote about just getting out of here and
you can just imagine.
Else,
you can imagine a country performer, the girl saying, "I've decided I'm going to leave you. I'm going to take the house and the kids," and the country performer saying, "Great, that's fantastic. Thank you very much. Here's a platinum album coming."
Yeah, that was our thought process when we wrote that song. Like, let's do like a few songs to just get out of here, and the other one was a song called "Might Have Been Tequila," which also we had some great fun on. So yeah, it's been almost 2 years from the beginning of the start of the process to the album release, but I'm very pleased with the whole thing.
And you haven't toured it yet, obviously, because it's only come out in June. You probably
Yeah.
sung a few of the tracks, possibly at some live stuff. Now you played
Yeah.
the Sayord Country Festival. Is that how you say it, or Sage
That's
or
right. Yeah.
whatever? And you had a sold out headline show at KRS in Kristiansand. So you do some decent events. What have you got coming up? Are you going to tour the album? Have you got anything coming up you can tell us about?
Yeah, so this is like I'm headed to a couple of gigs this weekend. So this is kind of the the start of peak season. So yeah, we're touring this whole summer, for the most part in Norway and Denmark. And yeah, Seljord is the biggest country festival in like, I think it's Northern Europe. I don't think it's the biggest one in Europe, but it's Northern Europe. And we played there, I think, 3 times before, and that crowd is like going nuts every time. So it's a lot of it's a fun crowd. And yeah, after the summer, I'm heading over to Nashville or to the US. I'm doing yeah, I'm going to Nashville and then
Mate, you
Washington
should hop a
DC.
van. You should go there and take your 3 months, hop a van and play every bar that you come across, and just get seen and all that sort of stuff. I think hard work,
Yeah,
I think, is that I think the best way to build a music career is to turn customers into advertisers. So one at a
yeah,
time. So if you can find them and move, and then all of a sudden, after a couple of months, you've got people talking, and as soon as you get people talking and there's some sharing and you've got your socials sort of activity taking place, the money turns up because they're
yeah.
always looking for the next opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, like the social media game is obviously important, but I still think like word of mouth
It's the
marketing
most
is one of the
important.
most
The most
valuable.
important.
Yeah, because if a listener can't go around saying, "Hey, you should hear this great song," I don't like to other potential listeners. I don't think like that there's no point in sharing with listeners, right?
Social
So
media,
so
social media is the syringe. You're the drug.
yeah,
So
yeah,
basically, if you've got
absolutely.
social media without the drug, it doesn't really matter. If you've got 10,000 people that like you
No,
because they like your beard, that's not going to give you a
yeah.
music career. So basically,
Yeah.
you've got to get them talking about you for one reason or another, and that builds over the course of time from one show to another show, and you can have a pretty good
Yeah.
adventure with it as well. So it doesn't have to be
Yeah.
you know wait for 2 months for a 4 date tour and then go home for 3 months and then have 3 dates and other. It's sort of it's more fun in my view. Anyhow,
Yeah.
that's my
Yeah.
my point, my view.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So we got the album. We've got some stuff going up. You're going to go across to Nashi. If you could perform with any music artist, alive or dead, who would you choose? Why?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, that's a very good question. I think I'm gonna do a kind of a boring answer because it's one of
It's
those
not
answers
boring.
where I kind of
It's
try
your
to.
answer, so it can't be boring.
Yeah.
It's your answer.
I'll say the Highwaymen because then I get all four. I get all Johnny Cash and Will and Willie and Chris
Well,
Christopherson. So
well,
I get four for one
you
there.
might not fit on stage. There's a few egos there, so they might
Hey,
have you.
I'm big. I'm not that big.
They might have you down the back somewhere. I actually I saw a song. I can't remember what it was called now. Not long ago, a video with Jeff Lynne and there were four of them, four stars together, and so they were singing, and it must have been they were about 50 or something. So it was after their stardom, and Prince came on stage with the guitar,
Yeah.
and he did a riff that was just unbelievable. It was like they were stars, and he was a super duper star. So he came on, did his riff, did his general dance, and all that sort of stuff. It's just a fantastic video. And when he finished, he must have had a guitar tech in the audience. When he finished, he picked up his guitar, he threw it in the audience, and he walked off stage, left them there. And I thought to myself, if you're going to be a performer, understand that that's performance.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like that's
Songs are great,
yeah,
all those stars and Fleetwood Mac and all, they're all great to listen to and watch and all that sort of stuff. But if you want a performance, Freddie at Live Aid, Jackson
yeah.
with the moonwalk, you've got to do something that everyone goes, fuck.
Garth Brooks, I mean, has the whole thing he's doing with is flying around on stage,
Absolutely.
and
So that's the other thing. The other thing is you've got a voice, you've starred somewhere, you've been on stage, you know how to do the thing. Just work out that wow factor. What is it that you're going to do? Some of these guys do it, especially in country with shoeies and stuff like that. They're known for their
yeah,
shoeies and people wait for it or something like that. Or some of the guys are doing mad crowd surfing and jumping on, but they're doing something to establish themselves. That'd be
yeah.
cool. All right. Long-term aspiration. What are you trying? Is there somewhere you're trying to get to? Is it like, do you want to be touring the world? Do you want to
I
get to
mean, yeah, I want to get to Australia. To be honest,
Tamworth?
I've been Tamworth would be awesome to do, but like not only the festival, but like I would want to, you know, like Australia has been on my bucket list for
Well,
quite a while. Not just for music, but to visit like the country. So
it's a bit
I'm
easier to get into and out of than America, especially these days.
yeah. Yeah. So yeah, like you said, touring the world would be a dream come true. I did do a European tour a couple of years back, so I've done that now, and I did myself like a couple of goals. I've set a couple of goals along the way. So when I started doing music back in 2016, it was all right. Now I've done Norwegian Idol. Let's do an album and let's get to Nashville. And both of those boxes were ticked off. And okay, so what's next? And the next thing was okay. Let's try to record something in Nashville and let's do a Norwegian tour. So we did that, and then after that, it was a European tour. Now I've just finished my third studio album, and I've been
That's
able
good. Well,
to
you've done well.
perform
You've
in the
done well.
US. Thank you.
Yeah, you've done well.
And so yeah, so we've done the European tour. We've done both recordings and visits to Nashville. So now let's take on the world.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Nashville's a bit different too these days. It used to be just country. Now it's all music. Everyone goes there to perform all types of music and just to be in a music mecca to sort of, develop the
Yeah.
music outcome. Once upon a time, it was just country.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I think it's been like all kinds of different genres for many years, but like the last few years, it's really grown for the other
Yeah.
genres as well.
Yeah.
They say that in Nashville there are more studios than there are in almost the rest of the US.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
It's
Why
it's
not?
getting crazy over there.
Why not?
Why? Yeah, why not?
If people are
It's
prepared. There's
called
lots of
Music
people.
City for a reason.
Well, everyone, I deal with a lot of people that don't want to pay for publicity because they've spent too much money on production. So if everyone's
Yeah,
prepared to pay for production, we'll have lots of producers. That's what Nashville is.
yeah.
It's a commercial place where there's lots of producers making a quid.
Oh yeah,
And then when you've got
absolutely.
the problem is when you've got the music, it's like having the best coffee in the world, not opening up a coffee shop. It doesn't make any difference. You're just drinking it at home. So you need to get it out there. All right, let's finish off. There's a couple of things I want to do. We'll finish off with some, normal sorts of interview questions that are a bit schmaltzy or whatever. And if you've got time, we'll say goodbye and then we'll pause because I'd like to try something. If you've got time, it'll take about 5 minutes or something. All right.
Yeah, sure.
I'll explain that in a second. All right. So here are these questions. What's the craziest thing you've ever done? Having said that, most people don't answer this because they won't tour. They won't tour if they tell me.
The craziest thing I've ever done. Oh, I mean, I've done a couple of craziest things. Some of them I actually can't talk about.
Exactly.
Can I get back? Like, I might have to think about that one. If you
Pass. What's the one topic you can talk about for hours?
Country music.
Country
Easy.
music. What's the thing you like most about yourself?
My guitars.
Have you got a few guitars, have you?
I do have a few guitars. I have actually, if you have, give me 1 second
Absolutely.
here.
Absolutely. Show us what you got.
I actually have a custom made guitar right here. My cousin made this from scratch.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So this is a
That's
it's been
fantastic.
doing
That's fantastic.
guitars for a couple of years.
That's
So
terrific.
this one is made by and it also has on the fretboard here. He kind of did
Sensational.
a
Yeah, really good, really good. I think
picture of me and my mentor from The Voice final.
talking about guitars, I think they pulled up a boat that was at the bottom of the sea for about 500 years or something or other. The wood had been, basically in suspended animation or whatever you want to call it for 500 years or something. And they pulled it up and they made guitars out of it. And everyone in the Eagles bought one of the guitars, and they were like, super ridiculous expensive, but they all bought them for the sound. So guitars are guitars. I've got a Gibson that I've had for about 20 years, 25 years, and it was 20 or so years old, and it's basically pristine new. But I was a pawnbroker at one stage, and I should have kept a lot more, but I kept that one because I thought I'd play it at some stage, but I'm getting too old. All right,
Yeah.
here we go. Favourites first. These can be all time or right now. Favourite album.
Brad Paisley, Fifth Year.
Yeah, it's a good album. Favourite artist.
Vince Gill.
Oh, Vince. Vince is fantastic.
Yeah.
He's fantastic,
Oh,
and he still looks.
I actually
He
met
still
him a
looks
couple of
as
years
young.
back.
He looks as young. He's got the black hair and everything. Oh, he must paint it. And he must be 70, surely. He must be up there.
Yeah, I met him in Nashville. It's a year and a half ago, and talking to him, he doesn't sound like he sounds like he's
Great
still
guy.
30 or 40.
But most of the old guys are great guys. I talk to them, and most of them are just fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Favorite movie?
Oh, it's a boring choice, but Godfather.
One or two? Because two, I reckon, was better than one.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, the series.
Not the series. I would have to pick the number one. I think just because it's the original. I do like the second one too, though. But I probably enjoy the first one more.
It's got Marlon.
Yeah, it's got Marlon Brando
with the cotton balls in there. He had cotton balls in his cheeks. That's how he did that.
And actually, and my American family, like the American side of my family, they came from Corleone, Sicily as well.
Sensational.
So yeah.
So they, when you come from Corleone in Sicily, you make it to about 40. Old men are like 45 because they don't get too much older. Favorite place to visit?
Nashville.
Nashville must be pretty cool. Favorite venue to play?
Yeah.
The Voice Stage, TV.
I mean, yeah, that's up there, but like it didn't really. It felt more like a TV studio than a venue in a way.
Yeah.
So I think maybe my favorite venue would have to be. I did get to do like the biggest stage in Norway. I was support for Brad Paisley in that same year as The Voice. So we did Oslo Spectrum, it's called, which I think it's 15,000 people. That was crazy. So maybe that's my favorite venue.
Favorite food?
My Italian style, like it's the pizza,
It's a pizza. Actually, who was saying that? Someone said that. I saw that somewhere where someone was talking. Some star was on some YouTube short talking about pizza is the best. Favorite drink?
Beer.
Any lager or a local or a draft or?
I'm very fond of Indian Pale Ale. So
I am too.
and like a all different sorts
I'm a
of
pale old man. Favorite person in history apart from me?
apart from you, yeah. That's another great question. I
Everyone's motivated. Some people talk about Mandela, or they talk about dad, or they talk about granddad, or they talk about someone. Could be personal, could be
yeah.
Joan of Arc, could be. Everyone comes up with something different.
Yeah, like I don't know if it's my favorite like person of all time, but it's one that I kind of I'm very inspired by and aspire to be like, not just on stage but off stage. And I've always had kind of a weak spot for Blake Shelton. I think he's a
He's
funny dude,
fantastic, man. He is.
and so yeah,
Him, and like those voice series where he's there with his missus, and also what's his name from I can't remember, the dark haired guy that's from the major band. I just can't remember the name.
yeah, Adam Levine.
Adam Levine. Their byplay was just sensational. And at one stage,
Yeah.
he had every voice episode for like 15 seasons or something or other. He had it on a site, but I can't find
Yeah.
it anymore. They must have pulled it down and made a commercial or
Oh
something
yeah.
like that. All right, do you have a tattoo or are you clean skin?
I'm clean skinned for the time being, at least.
And you call yourself a musician? Ugh. So the new album is,
Hard on a Run.
and everyone should listen to it. The tracks you want them to
Absolutely.
listen to are
Every single one, but maybe
Every sing-
especially Tennessee.
Tennessee, the focus track. You're going to be playing at. Watch out. Keep your eyes open.
Yeah. Yeah,
right.
absolutely. About different
Arthur-
places. Hopefully
Arthur-
Australia very soon.
Arthur Stulien in the Great Norway. So keep your eyes open. Thanks, Arthur. All the best.
Thanks for having me.